Shalom, shalom, akiyam. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. I would also like to give a double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. I would also like to say peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, starting with the 144,000 men of Israel, which consists of the servants, the prophets, whom have been ordained since the foundations of this earth to sing this new song, which comes in the form of this gospel, which will be preached throughout all four corners of this earth and rest upon the ears of the innumerable multitude, men, women, and children of Israel, who may be scattered throughout all four corners of this earth. It's just Bayan back again through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And I just want to get into a brief lesson, speaking on this individual by the name of Hassad. I'm sure you Akiyam and Aqua are aware of this individual. He's an ex-member. He's an ex-member of Sakari. And a couple of days ago, he showed up on Elder Apostle Ariam Lab's live stream. And pretty much his stance regarding Ezekiel 38, roughly around verses, if I'm not mistaken, 15, 16. We're going to grab it, Lord willing, go into it briefly. But his stance is that, in the kingdom of heaven, God, in the form of Russia, which are Edomites, all right, are going to be able to rise up and make war, make war with Yasha Allah, man. And, when you go precept upon precept, man, it's evident that that's not the case. It's obvious that, you and individuals that teach that, err not knowing the scriptures, man, not understanding, but ultimately it takes the Holy Spirit, it takes the Holy Spirit to have that level of understanding where, you can read specific scriptures, and be able to, spiritually comprehend, spiritually discern, what it's going into. And it starts with the leadership. We've been blessed through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shai, to have the elders and apostles of Great Millstone on down, starting with Elder Apostle Tahar. And ultimately, we've been blessed with the Holy Spirit, Akiyam. And you Akwath, men, women, and children that can understand this truth as well. Bear with me. We've been blessed with the Holy Spirit, to be able to understand, because without the Holy Spirit, you're not going to understand. You're not going to have the 100% truth as a teacher, as a prophet, as a watchman, and you're not going to believe the report, okay, as a believer without the Rakah Kodash. You see? And that's why when you go to, let's start here. That's why when you go to Isaiah real quick, let's start here real quick before we get into it. When you go to Isaiah 28, we'll start at verse 10 is my point. When you start at verse 9, it says what? Whom shall he teach knowledge, man? There's a question mark. There's a question mark there, man. Whom shall he teach knowledge? And whom shall he make to understand doctrine? You see that? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast, man. Yo, so, when it comes to these scriptures, man, it can get real meaty real quick, okay? Without the spirit of prophecy on you, okay, you can find yourself in deep waters, man. Because through the prophecies, okay, is how you understand the scriptures in its totality. You see? Because, Ezekiel 38, all the scriptures are heavily prophetic. And it just gets deeper and deeper. The scriptures is like an onion. Okay, there's layers. Okay, when you go into Ezekiel 38, okay, going into God coming upon Israel, you got to have a spirit. You got to have the spirit of discernment on you, man. You got to have the Rakah Kodash on you. You see? But the foundation scriptures, okay, the milk portion of the doctrine helps you establish that understanding. You see? And that's the thing. A lot of men, they want the meat. They want to tap into these heavy prophecies. They want to tap into, scriptures and chapters and revelations and certain pressure points in prophecy. But here it is, they haven't really grasped, okay, the milk aspect. Because part of the milk, okay, is understanding that in the eon to come, Yasha Allah, okay, with Yahweh Bashim Yahushai leading the charge, is going to rule forever, man. The scriptures that tell us that, man. We're going to rule forever. Daniel 2:44 comes to mind. Okay? Isaiah 9. I mean, it just scriptures you're going to just keep, I can just keep naming scriptures. Okay? Isaiah 60. We're going to rule forever. There's going to be no end. Isaiah 45. You see? It's ridiculous, bro. So when you understand that, okay, and ultimately understand that there's going to be peace, we're going to have rest. The scriptures establish that upon our salvation and us being brought back to our land. Okay? That we'll have rest, man. Ezekiel 37. Deuteronomy. What's that? Deuteronomy goes into it. Various chapters. Zechariah 8. I mean, they're gonna just keep coming. Like when you understand that fundamental portion of the scriptures, of prophecy, then you should be able to spiritually analyze what Ezekiel 38 is going into and make it make sense. And that's what we're gonna do through the Spirit. The beloved elders have already gone into this. The beloved elder apostle Ariam Lab did a lesson on it. I want to say yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. And the other beloved brothers on down have touched on this. Because again, we're defenders of the gospel, so we're gonna make mention. Hey, some of the same precepts may come out, but the Spirit of Yahweh Shai on each man is gonna bring it out the way they've been gifted. You see? So yeah, man. Let's continue reading. Isaiah 28:10. For precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line upon line, here a little and there a little. Okay, you can't just read the Bible like a book. Revelations 20 isn't read straight through. That's another thing that they have misconstrued. You can't read Revelations, Sakari, straight through. It jumps around. It jumps around, man. And again, the Rakak Kodash has to be on you in order for you to understand and see it. To be able to make sense of it. Without it, you're not going to understand. It's simple. Why do you think none of the wacky-tacky 501c3 tax charter pastors, okay, and their followers can't get it? Because the Lord didn't gift them with the Holy Spirit. They haven't been gifted with the Spirit, man. The Lord hasn't blown that breath into them. The Jake the other week, talking about that's not enough. Okay, talking about Great Millstone has 90% truth. The Lord didn't gift him with that extra 10%. Because hey, at the end of the day, somebody has the 100% truth. Okay, you gotta have the spiritual discernment to be able to comprehend who. Let's go to Ezekiel 38. Ezekiel 38, it's a lot. Bear with me. The book of Ezekiel. There it goes. I'm going to go right into it, verse 16. And it reads, and thou shalt come up against my people Israel as a cloud to cover the land. And you got to remember, there's Israelites in that land right now. We've been scattered. Deuteronomy 28 and 64. We've been scattered. We're everywhere. So yeah, there's going to be Jake there. There's going to be Israelites there, man. But we know that the deliverance is coming out of where? The mass deliverance is coming out of where? The land of the north, man. Alright, this western part of the hemisphere. America. Pursuing the Jeremiah 16, Okay, and Jeremiah, the 23rd chapter, where it's reiterated. Check this out. It shall be in the latter days, and that's a buzzword right there. That should have you realize, like, it's gonna come in these days, the latter days. You see, we're in the latter days right now, man. Okay, that's telling you that what is gonna happen during the time of the end of Esau. You see, in the latter days begin with Yahweh Shai being born, if I may add. Okay, we're in the latter days. Check this out. And I will bring thee against my land. Listen to this. And I will bring thee against my land, that the heathen may know when I shall be sanctified in thee, O God, before their eyes. Who's in our land right now? Heathen. Let's prove it. The book of Luke. You Akiyam know where I'm going. The book of Luke, the 21st chapter. Okay, the heathen in the form of the natural Gentiles, man. The book of Luke, chapter 21 and verse 24 in red letter, and it reads, and they shall fall by the edge of the sword. Who? Israelites, man. Jake, right? And shall be led away captive into all nations. Deuteronomy 28 and 64. And Jerusalem, okay, the land shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. Okay, that's why when you take a glance into the land right now, you have a golden dome erected. Okay, you got Elam in there. Okay, you got you got all these other nations. You got them small hats in there defiling the land. You got heathens trotting down the land right now. Okay, those are the ones that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is going to have Gog, Magog, Russia, the bear, descend upon. You see? That's whom he's going to have Gog, Magog, descend upon, man. Because what you're going to understand is that when we come into glory, let's go ahead. The book of Psalms, chapter 47. Check this out. There's not going to be no wiggle room for no heathen. The book of Psalms, chapter 47, all right, in verse 1, and it reads, to the chief musician, okay, a psalm for the sons of Korah. Now, Korah, those were, the sons of Korah were Levites, man. Okay? So now we understand who the audience is. Israelites. That's who this us is going to be talking about. We, Israelites, man, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Check this out. Oh, clap your hands, all ye people. Shout unto power with the voice of triumph. Okay? And that song, okay, that voice of triumph honestly goes into the new song too. It goes into the new song. Because the new song pursuing Exodus 15, which is the song of Moses, which is an old song, is the song of us triumphing over our enemies through our power. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, remember they sung that song upon being delivered out of Egypt from Pharaoh. Continuing on, for the Lord Yahweh Most High is terrible. He is a great king over all the earth. And you people gonna find this out soon enough. Okay, that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is not this passive power. Okay, this do as thy will, come as you are. Okay, just pay your tithes and call on my name and I'll forgive you. You can be a reprobate. Hey, I love everybody. The Lord just loves everybody. Everybody can be part of this thing, man. He's a universal power. No, you people are gonna find out that he's not. That he's none of those things, man. Okay, that he's terrible and greatly to be feared. Okay? One of his titles, Al-Shadia, okay, is gonna become well established on this planet Earth upon this second deletion he's gonna execute, man, in the form of fire, man. Hey, go read Isaiah 66. All right, go read Isaiah 13. Continuing on, he shall subdue, Psalms 47 and 3, he shall subdue the people Under us. Under who? Under us Israelites, man. The people are going to be subdued under Israel. Right? And the nations, under our feet, man. Come on, man. The nations are going to be subdued. There's going to be no wiggle room. That's what, hey, let's go to Revelations. What did John the Revelator see? What did John the Revelator see? The book of Revelation chapter 21 and verse 1, and it reads, and I saw, this is John the Revelator speaking, and I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away. Okay, what's this going into? Heaven goes into a rulership. There's 3 forms of heaven. Okay, there's 3 levels to this. Okay, heaven is in a rulership. You're ruling. You're sovereign. Okay, heaven as in the heavenly bodies. You know, you got the constellations. You know, there's the sun, the moon. You know, and then you have the third heaven, man, which is where our power dwells. You see, this is allegorical speech. Okay, the John the Revelator saw a new heaven and a new earth in the form of Yasha Allah. Okay, coming into power. Okay, the first heaven, right? Esau's rulership, right? Passed away, man. Okay, right along with his standards. All right, and what he establishes on the planet. Because you have to understand, okay, when you're in rulership, when you're in the power seat, all right, the earth is gonna move to the beat of your drum. Your essence echoes, okay, on the earth. This is why when you read Sirach 10, it says what? The way the king is, so are the people. Okay? That regime, okay, is the standard of the earth. You can see it throughout the planet based off whoever's ruling. Okay? Continuing on. And there was no more sea, man. What's that going into? Another dark saying that you got to have the Rakak Wadash on you to be able to understand. Okay, well, you got to remember when you go into Revelations, let's jump. This is why Isaiah 28 says what it says. Precept must be upon precept, line upon line, man, to be able to unlock these scriptures, man. But you got to have the Spirit on you. Revelation 17 and 1. And there came one of the 7 angels, which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore, okay, that sitteth upon many waters, man. And we know this great whore is Babylon, man. Okay, that rides that 7-headed, 10-horned beast. Okay, let's jump down. To verse 15, and it reads, and he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest where the whore sitteth are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. Okay, so the people are likened unto the sea and waters, man. The nations, the people, the multitudes are likened unto the sea and unto the water. Okay, so when you go back to Revelations 21 and 1, and there was no more sea, there's going to be no more nations being able to govern on this planet. There's going to be no more heathen able to establish themselves and come and have a stance of power, man. The heathen nation is going to be paying tribute to Yasha Allah forever, man. Okay, let's go get that Daniel real quick to establish this point. You got to make it make sense, Jake. Daniel 2. And 44. And in the days of these kings, what kings? The Assyrian Babylonians, the Medo-Persians, the Greeks, the Romans, the revival of the Western Roman Empire, which is Babylon, which consists of the NATO and the EU, the feet, okay, of the statue that Nebuchadnezzar dreamed and Daniel interpreted in Daniel the 2nd chapter. Okay, in the days of these kings shall the power of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. And the kingdom shall not be left to other people, proving it's not going to be a joint rulership. But it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, all those kingdoms we just named, and it shall stand forever. Plain. With that understanding, you got to make it make sense, Jake. You got to make it make sense. Okay? Let's close out right here to put the nail in the coffin. Salakia. The book of Isaiah chapter 60 and verse 18. The matter of fact, let's start from verse 1. Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee. Upon who? Israel. Right? Let's jump down to verse 18. Violence shall no more be heard in thy land. When you read this chapter, it goes into the erecting of the kingdom of heaven and how the heathen are going to build our kingdom up. Okay? And if they rebel, they're going to be beaten to smithereens. Right? Violence shall no more be heard in thy land. Wasting nor destruction. No more war, man. Go read Isaiah, the 2nd chapter. Wasting nor destruction within thy borders, but thou shalt call thy walls salvation and thy gates praise, man. There's going to be no more war in the land, Hassan. And for those of you that teach just madness, man. Alright? Hey, we have the true leaders of Israel, Akiyam and Akwa. Okay, that have the true understanding, the elders and apostles, man. You know, the Wadi Hawah Bashim Yahshua for the spirit to be able to understand, comprehend, and see these things, man. You know, because as you can see, you could be a man well studied, you know, like Hassad and, you know, others I can mention, but they still can't see that light that's shining so bright in the form of this truth. You see, because they haven't been called into the course of the Lord, man. So this is a blessing, man. The Wadi Hawah Bashim Yahshua for the vision, man, for the sight. All right, and this is what it is, man. Okay, this is the true understanding. All right, and at the end of the day, when it comes into fruition, because it's going to, okay, we'll see who was right. All right, we'll see who was right, man. But it's playing upon tables, man. But we know, pursuant to the curse that our beloved King David put on Jake, the masses of our people are going to be snared, okay, with this doctrine. And what should have been for their welfare is going to become a trap. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Quadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. Lord willing, you Akiyam and Akwaf were edified. Shalom.